Hi, I'm Samantha Varner, and this is the She Needs Grit podcast, the show where I dig into how to prioritize profit in your business and build an empire using grit and strategy and doing it in a simple, no BS kind of way. Let's get started. Hello. Hi, I am Samantha Varner, your host of She Needs Grit. And we're here today to have a conversation on this podcast all about making more money in our business. And I am really looking forward to this conversation. So, if you checked your podcast player as opposed to just listening to me on whatever the podcast sends you, you know that we're going to talk today about important tax shit. Well, okay. So I made an ask to my clients about what topics they wanted to hear on the podcast. And one of my clients said she wants to hear about important tax shit. So here it is. I'm going to bring you the important tax shit. I love my clients. Okay. What I want to focus on today is really the things that are absolutely critical when it comes to your business and taxes. This is a little disclaimer, and you'll know by the end of the episode that this is factual. I am not an accountant. There is nothing I want to do less than your taxes. So if you are thinking that we're going to have a really dry and boring conversation about taxes and percentages and all that sort of thing, and no, that is not my area of expertise. What we're going to talk about today is managing the money part of your business, and taxes are part of that. We are going to talk about the things that you need to know when it comes to taxes from your business coach's perspective. So here's me. I'm your business coach. I'm in your ear. We're talking about profit in your business. We're talking about taxes. And you ask me, what do I need to know about tax? The first thing I'm going to say is I need you to, if you haven't already, get into the absolute habit of putting taxes aside every single time you get paid. Yes, there's no exceptions to that. I don't care what bills you have due. Honestly, I don't. Because what happens to entrepreneurs is they play a game where it's like move the money from here to here to here to here and back and forth. And when you are at this point in your business and you are moving towards your 6-figure and 7-figure goals, there is no longer time for you to be doing that. You need to open an account that's called taxes. Then every single time you get an invoice paid or a check from a client, you need to put a percentage of that into your tax account. Now, I'm going to say 25 or 30% is what my recommendation is, but that is so broad. I know that you are listening to me from all over the world. So I want you to do the Google or talk to a person you know that is an accountant or a bookkeeper, or go back and look at what percentage of tax you paid last year. Any of those things are things you can quickly do. That percentage goes into that account. Now, some of you are probably thinking, oh, I do that already. I absolutely do that. How could you not be doing that? But some of you are not. Some of you are feeling kind of like, right now. I want you to deeply understand me. There is no shame around the fact that you up until now have not done this. None. You are not alone. If you were listening to this podcast in a room, if we were having this conversation in a speaking opportunity that I had, that I was in front of a room, I promise you every time I have this conversation, multiple people nod their head or look ashamed or look down and won't look me in the eye until I say, it's okay. It's okay. But now we know different. Now you know what you're doing is you're going to open an account, you're going to separate those taxes, and you're going to have them over there. They are untouchable money. The second thing you're going to do is pay your taxes when they're due because you now have the money. We are no longer robbing Peter to pay Paul. We are no longer putting taxes on a credit card because we weren't prepared. That from this point forward, I'm recording this podcast at the end of January 2022. So if you are listening to this in the next 6 weeks, I want you to commit to yourself. You will never, ever take a payment from a client again without putting the taxes aside. This will change your life. because it eliminates that stress. It eliminates that fear. It takes away that pressure that you're not going to be able to pay your bills to the government that you know you're going to have to pay. That doesn't feel good. Let's just stop doing that. Let's just stop doing that. So now we've gotten that out of the way. Okay. The next thing I want to talk to you about is, this is a little lecture. My kids will recognize this tone. I do not want to hear you complaining about how much tax you have to pay. Why not, you ask? It sucks. Nobody wants to pay the government. Okay, yes, that's all factual, right? Nobody likes giving away the money that they feel like they've earned. Nobody likes having to pay taxes in their business. Nobody likes having to pay taxes on their property or any of the other places we pay tax, right? But it is a privilege to have the ability to have a tax bill. You have made a business, created enough income from that business, enough revenue from that business to create yourself a tax problem. Let's reframe this just a little into like, that is a badass thing you've done. You went from having no tax problem because you had no revenue from no business to you've made enough revenue that you're paying taxes on that revenue. And you did that thing. You created that thing. And inadvertently, along with the taxes, you're also able to create more money. My goal, my mission at She Collective and with my coaching clients and anybody else I get in contact with, to be quite honest, is to encourage women to step forward and embrace their ability to make more money. And with that comes taxes. So let's stop bitching about it and let's start celebrating the fact that we made money. We owe taxes. We are creating businesses that are creating generational wealth. That comes with taxes, guys. It's okay. We are showing our children, our boys and our girls, that moms can make massive amounts of money and have a tax bill, and that is possible, that you can create a business where there was none. I want to reframe this tax problem so hard. This is something that I used to talk to my clients way back yonder when I was in the corporate world. And they would come to me and say, like, I hate paying taxes. I don't want to pay taxes, blah, 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 blah. That's literally what I used to say to them because I talk to them like I talk to you. Taxes are part of life. You live in a country that charges you taxes. Let's talk about it, how it is freaking amazing that you made enough money that you have to pay taxes and that you're going to continue to make bigger and bigger amounts of money. And that comes with a tax bill, which doesn't stress us out because we are 100% planned for it. All right, I'm definitely on a tax rant today, guys. Sorry about this, but you need to hear it. The last part of this is I want you to know that there are ways to pay less taxes legally. I'm not talking about anything crazy here, people. I'm not talking about stuffing money down your mattress or anything. But what I am saying is there comes a point in your business that you need to hire a bookkeeper and an accountant. And they are able to help you determine what spending makes sense, what deductions make sense. How do you work the system of the taxes in order to minimize your tax bill overall? There are a lot of strategies out there. They are fantastic, but they're not for everyone. So I'm not going to talk about what particular tax things you could do that would alleviate your tax bills. What I will encourage you strongly to do is make friends with somebody who is an accountant or a bookkeeper. Start to learn and get educated in the ways that you can make different choices in your business that will minimize your tax bill. That's it. So from your profit coach, without my hands on your business, my tax advice for you is put the money aside every single time so it doesn't stress you out. Make sure you do that. Pay your taxes on time because you have them and it's easy. Celebrate the fact that you are so amazing that you've created a business that generates revenue that is taxable. Hire an accountant and a bookkeeper to help you with the strategic side of money. That's it. That's what you need to take away. And if there are any pieces of this today that you feel like you just don't know how to do it or you're not exactly sure, reach out to me. I am happy to have a brief conversation to give you some direction. If you are local to me, I have a number of accountants and bookkeepers that I am in great relationship with and I trust explicitly to be able to service you and can give you those names and those referrals. I am well connected across the US and Canada for sure in terms of accounting people. So if you're looking for help, please reach out to me and I am happy to put you in touch with people I know that are going to be closer to you if you're not in Texas like I am. But I want you to look at this differently. We want to look at taxes like it's not tax shit. It's like, yeah, I paid my taxes because I am growing a big ass business that's getting bigger by the second. And that's just part of it. It's like brushing your teeth and flossing your teeth. Pay the taxes, have them sitting there, celebrate the crap out of that. All right, everybody. I love talking about taxes, especially because it means I'm not doing your taxes. But if you have any other questions, you know where to reach me, sam@shecollective.biz. I reply to every email and I love chatting with you. So reach out, let me know. Otherwise, we'll talk to you next episode. Are you ready to build your business to 6 figures? Then you need to book a profit assessment with me, Samantha Varner, profit coach of She Collective. Discover how working with me as your profit coach will change the trajectory of your business. Using my proprietary Crush formula, I help you identify and renovate the areas of your business that are holding you back from creating the money you know is possible. Book your call at bit.ly/profitmakercall and let's get started. All right, that's a wrap for this week. You know that my favorite thing to do is talk shop with driven entrepreneurs building profitable businesses, which is all of you guys. I love all of the feedback that I am getting from you and the comments. Please keep them coming. Rate or review the show in your podcast player. This allows other gritty women to find this podcast and create their best business life too. As always, come and visit me on Instagram at shecollective.biz or BIZ if you're in Canada. We'll talk soon.